If you're wondering how to get in touch with us, and if you have any questions, if you like us to talk about a certain topic, how can you get in touch with that? The easiest way is to send us an email. It's arttechtalk, one word, at takaslk.com. Drop us an email, and we'll be happy to, even to reply to you if
Yeah.
we get
We
a
love
chance.
email, we check it every day. So.
Yes, we love email, even though we don't trust it. We were talking about battery technology in the previous segment, and we were talking how dangerous they are. And but nowadays, almost most of the people are sitting on top of a battery, right?
Yeah.
Hybrid cars, electric cars, everything is running on lithium polymer batteries in most cases. They are really dangerous, and there has been certain people who take these batteries apart, replace cells.
Yeah.
I normally wouldn't recommend you do it, because the one reason why these batteries come sealed in a way that you can't open it up is the reason is this. So when you so it's actually come with if you get a Tesla, it actually has the same battery that comes inside a laptop, which is called 18650. It's like a AA battery.
Yeah.
It's little
Little bit
bigger than that. That's what it is. I mean, there are like thousands of batteries inside it. But if you take a Prius, if you take a Nissan Leaf, they have their own battery technology, but similar to that. But they have made several cells, so it's like a single cells. I mean, multiple cells connected together,
Yeah.
and they enclose it in a really protective casing. They compress to a certain level, because you have to compress those batteries.
Right.
They compress it especially on leaves. So when they compress it, so there's a recommended. So what has happened with the Note 7, right?
Yeah.
It was actually overcompressed,
Yeah.
and that was the reason, one of the reasons for it to catch fire. So this is done at a factory where all those equipments are there. So the third parties who now obviously in Sri Lanka and other countries, people do this. It's easily done, doable, right? It's, you understand that you have like X amount of cells on a car. When one or two goes bad, why do you have to replace the whole battery? Like, that's the logic
I
behind
hear
it.
it's comparatively easier in Prius than Leaf.
Not really. All those car batteries are sealed, but I think in terms of even on a Tesla, it's sealed battery, right?
Yeah.
They make it in a way it's hard for you to get into it.
Yeah.
So the recommended procedure for the
You really need to know what you are doing while attempting this.
Again, so you might not know the condition of the cells you are replacing, right? It's not like you can get new cells. You can't.
Yeah.
So when you are replacing a cell, you are taking it from another battery or a donor battery. And when you're putting these things together, it has been tightly sealed, tightly done in a factory. You have to disassemble everything. And humans make mistakes, right? And I mean, when you compare it with the Japan or whatever these batteries are made, they have a process in place. They go step by step. They have a lot of safety checks. They go through a lot of procedures, right? When a random person or even trained person, right, you are bound to make mistakes at certain cases. Would you risk yourself, especially, I mean, if it get caught in fire, it's going to be disastrous, right?
Instant explosion.
Yeah, so don't risk your life in terms of saving a couple of ₹1,000, right? How much your life's worth. Provided that if you are really techy, I mean, even if I really wanted to, I can take a battery apart and put a cell back in and make it work. But would I risk it? Because obviously, because safety-wise, these batteries are done in a way where temperature is checked, the voltages are checked on individual cells. It's not like you can, get the capacity back, because you can't do it with lithium polymer lithium batteries. Why? The problem is they don't have the memory effects.
Alright.
So memory effect is where when we had nickel cadmium and all that, it kind of memorize, because if you don't charge it properly, if you don't discharge it properly, it kind of have something called a memory effect, where it thinks that it can only charge to a certain amount. Let's say normal 8650 cell is about 3.7 volts, right? So if it's a nickel cadmium battery, it might think you can go up to 2 volts. And it will stop charging after that. This is what you call a memory effect. So you can get rid of it by discharging it, recharging it, something like that. But this battery technology evolved so much in terms of battery management, BMS systems. In a new modern car, these batteries are managed quite well. Temperature wise, how much charge it can take. If the temperature is high, it won't be charged that much. All these are balanced, properly done, and most of these batteries won't even get charged up to 100%.
So they have so many sensors working together to test all this.
So it's not like some person can come and make it better by doing something to it. You can't, because if you're doing something to it, it basically means you're ruining whatever that's happening right now. Because battery, you don't believe it, even on a hybrid car, the number of cycles you can do, cycles when I said fully charge it, discharge it, fully charge it,
Yeah.
less than 1000.
Right.
So how do they make you last that battery for 10 years if they don't charge it to 100%? So a lot of people wonder how these guys keep this battery cycle, even though it's less than 1000, how do you keep it alive for 10 years, right?
Yeah.
So it's not like you're going to drive it 1000 times a year, right?
Yeah.
So how they do it is they limit the number of charges it can have by limiting the charging amount.
Right.
So normally if you take a Leaf, it's set at 80% by default. You can set it up to 100 if you want, if you don't care about the battery life. So when you go to 80,
So it's recommended to set it around 80.
so that's basically set it at 80, but if you really want, you can if you want to extend your mileage,
Yeah.
you can set it up to 100, but which is not recommended. So at 80%, so what happens is that the charge the battery don't take it as a full cycle of
Yeah.
charge. So it may be like 50 to 60%. So when this happen, what you can even set it at 50%, it will give you more life.
Yeah.
So that's how it works. Let's take a small break and come back to this.